Right. This week has brought me down to Brownsville, Texas, where I'm actually doing a presentation at the Margarita Beach Resort in South Padre Island. This giant monstrosity is the Margaritaville Beach Resort right here at South Padre Island. Actually, this building here is the Sapphire. On the back side of this is Margaritaville. And I should have stayed at this Holiday Inn next door.
I absolutely should not have. And you'll see why. But let's see how we got here.
So, gotta go across the causeway to get to, I'm guessing, South Padre Island finally. This was about a 30-minute drive from Brownsville, I'm guessing. Maybe a little bit more, honestly. I was taking my time, so I couldn't tell you. But who knew? Who knew all of this was down here? Mind you, I'm still in Texas. I'm 8 hours from my house. A week ago, I was 8 hours north of my house. Now I'm 8 hours completely south of my house. This is about as far south. I might be able to get a little bit further south if I go down some random road. But this is about as far south in Texas, if you want to still call it Texas.
Now, at this point in this short movie, I'm just rambling on about my shock and awe of never seeing this area of Texas. I mean, guys, it's absolutely gorgeous down there. You'll see here as I actually make it onto the island, the various condos that people, I'm guessing, use all year long. Now, you got to think to yourself, this trip was late March, if not early April. So it's still pretty cool out there. So you'll see how kind of empty a lot of the area is because, you know, it's a tourist town, even though it still stays pretty mild once you get this far south. Like I was saying earlier, this location sits right at the border of Texas and Mexico. This is the part of the island that you go further off to the west, and that's where SpaceX has their facility. Their facility sits right at the edge of the border. But now you see me pulling up to the Margaritaville South Padre Island, and we jump right into the view from my hotel room. Now, the hotel rooms aren't the largest. They are absolutely made for people, you know, that feel like they're going to get out on the beach. Here you see my little Keurig. You have a mirror here. You have a cool beach door. And you have a nice sized bathroom. Let's do a quick room tour. So don't mind the slightly used room. This is after the first night. And you'll see the cool art on the wall. How to make up the bed with the cool pillows. We have the lighthouse that you'll see at the end of the video. And then you have this gorgeous view. Now, all of the rooms have a really nice view. You can see my room is actually facing to the opposite view of the beach. But what that did allow for, it was a little bit quieter because you don't get the constant waves. Let's get back in the room.
Margaritaville South Padre Island Resort. I actually have two of these. The other one's unmade it real quick. But this is basically the room. Real big TV, LG. They allow you to use your device on it also, so you can connect into the HDMI on the back. They give you Keurig coffee maker. They'll bring you coffee cups every day. Down here is your little mini fridge. A few drawers here. desk space, which I didn't like since I was working this week. And as you can see, the seat doesn't have a back. But hey, it's supposed to be a resort. AC little chair there with a little table. Outside here is the balcony with my slippers because they had sand on them, so I washed them off because I went right out there to the beach. And this one pathway is for the general public to go to the beach, but also through that restaurant downstairs you can get to the beach, get straight out there. And I think I'm about to go right now. This is my room tour. I am in room 707 at the Margaritaville Resort, South Padre Island. So, all in all, it's a decent room. Not sure how they consider it a resort. I mean, there's a pool and you have beach access. There's one restaurant downstairs and then another quick eats type restaurant that has pizza, coffee, and a few drinks. And then by the pool, there's a pool bar. There's also a little thing like a tiki hut, but that's not open right now. I'm guessing won't open up until peak season. So here we have the bathroom set up. They give you plenty of towels. So this is probably the fewest towels I've had all week because I guess they know I'm leaving tomorrow. But there were at least, I want to say 5 big towels, 5 little towels. Of course, you have your sink. Yeah, you know, cute little designs, all in all. So you have your mirror, got some lights on the side of the mirror. There I am, I just got out the ocean. Well, not the ocean, the Gulf of Mexico. We're so close to Mexico right here that it's crazy. But yeah, got a mirror, got some cleansing cloths. There was soap there. Just your normal setup. One thing I will say that I kind of hated was this tub. I don't think you can tell a difference, but there's a huge step up when you get into this tub. So it's almost like when you get out of it, you're stepping down. But they do give you your normal body wash, shampoo, conditioner. You have this rainfall shower head, which I don't really like. I mean, I guess if there was more water pressure, it'd be nice. And I guess getting the sand out your hair is pretty nice also. So I guess it serves its purposes. In here, you have a nice sized little closet. This is the closet set up. Got your safe up here, which mine is locked, which was interesting, but I didn't use it, so it doesn't matter. So this was the 2 queens room, and the 2 queens room was cheaper than the king room for some reason. I guess when I was booking, more single people were booking than families, but there's a ton of families here. I've been here since Monday, and everybody kind of rolled in today, so I'm guessing everybody's taking a long weekend and they come down. But you do get a Keurig, and you do have your classic Green Mountain coffee. So, you know, that's all it comes with. For some reason, they didn't give me any sugar or any cream, but you can get some downstairs. Little ice bucket and your mini fridge. Nice big TV. It's got to be at least 55, if not a 65-inch TV. Little drawer space, though. I don't know how that's going to fit. I guess 4 people in this room if you do 2 adults, 2 kids. But oh well. Again, the decor is really nice. Can't really say how old it is, because some stuff is a little worn. But the humidity down here probably does that quicker than anything else. So I hated this chair because trying to work on my computer at this little tiny desk was terrible. Actually, it was easier to just go downstairs and work downstairs. So, and then there's the golf. Man, the golf. I mean, the golf in this area is super kind of rough. I mean, it's not Pacific Ocean rough, but it's got some waves out there, and this is about as good as it's been all week. There are little red flags. The red flags have been out all week, so there wasn't a day when there wasn't a red flag warning. So you're not supposed to go too far out. I went out to about where you see the waves breaking. The water really isn't that deep, so it's about maybe chest deep at that point. So the sandbar goes pretty far out. I'm guessing it stops where it changes colors way out there, but yeah, the sandbar of this place goes pretty far out. Even in the bay behind me, sorry about that. This is the bay or the port. So the town on the other side of this bridge over here is called Port Isabel. And then Port Brownsville is right there also. So I'm not really sure what the bay is. It's probably, but the bay, I've seen people like walk a good, quarter mile out into this bay and still be able to stand. So that's not that deep either. But the balcony is nice. They want you to keep the door closed because of the humidity, of course. Everything will steam up in the room. And I walked the beach. I walked a mile down yesterday, so you can walk who knows how far down there. But all the hotels look pretty nice. Wouldn't say this one's the nicest. There's a Hilton at the end, Hilton Garden Inn down there. That's newer. So if you don't need the resort stuff and the really big pool this one has, you probably could do a newer hotel that might have a few more amenities. Everything here you got to pay for. So, but that's my room. Margaritaville Resort, South Padre Island. Check it out. 3 out of 5 stars. I've been in nicer resorts. It was Cancun and it was the Westin, but yeah, the Westin is definitely nicer than this Margaritaville. So there might be other rooms, because on the brochure I was looking at, or on the website I was looking at, the rooms had stoves. So I'm not really sure where those rooms are, but I don't have a stove or a full-size fridge in this one. So I'm guessing there's some bigger rooms that have almost suite-like amenities. Area. We go out into the hall and you'll see that all the doors are made in this cool beach vibe. The hallway here is kind of loud. So when you enter this hallway, you hear a lot of noise, and I never really figured out where the noise was coming from, but I'm guessing there's some pumps. Since you are right here on the island, there's probably some water pumps that make that noise. You go here into the elevator bank and there's 3 elevators. Now this elevator that I hopped on, I think was the middle elevator. One of them has a view out with a glass back. Maybe it wasn't that one, because I would have given you a view. So we're just going to go down to the lobby here and check out this Margaritaville Resort. This is the Margaritaville Resort, South Padre Island. You have a little gift shop here, little seating area. Everything is so gorgeous on the inside of this lobby. It really gives the sense that you're at a resort. Here you see that giant yellow sandal, the yellow broken sandal that Margaritaville is known for. Some more seating area. And this is the front where you come in to the resort. Now, as you might have seen from the outside, the resort is attached to some condos. Joe Merchant's Coffee, and basically a little miniature Starbucks and gift shop. And back there is the Land Shark. We went through there last night to get to the beach. To the beach. To the beach. And upstairs we go. I wonder how they would clean the inside of these windows, get them nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. That's the pool. The other place has a nice pool too.
The salt floor.
And this is where I spent the work week. This is the bay back here, South Padre Bay. Pretty sure it has a name like Bay of Arenas or something.
This beautiful bay back here is actually called Laguna Madre.
Something like that. I'll fix that later, figure it out. Not really sure what that property is next door. These all seem to be like condos, but there's not that many of them. See how big this space is next to this, the Margaritaville, it's just empty. And there's the beach. Not sure if I'm gonna walk down there today. We do have a few red flags out.
This is what happens when you're going down to a little beach town and you miss your turn somewhere back there, and now you might be in Mexico, or you might not be in Mexico, or you might be in Mexico. So this doesn't actually take you down to Mexico. Where this goes is down to the area that SpaceX sits on. So there's a ton of borders and custom patrols set up on this stretch. But I turned around and I got back to where I was headed. So this is Padre Boulevard. This is the main thoroughfare through the island. It basically takes you from one end of the island to the other. There's not much else outside of that. Of course, you have your normal ATV shops. You have a bunch of candy stores, which is also kind of interesting. I mean, super large candy stores, and this isn't the only one. Along with your normal beach shops selling all your beach gear. So if you need something like a swimsuit, maybe a paddle board, maybe even a canoe, they've got you covered. CVS for all those medicines that you forgot at home. Tattoo shop just in case you had too many drinks. And everything else is pretty normal. You do find a few stores here you wouldn't expect. So the main reason for my drive, you'll see coming up here shortly, is there are a few newer hotels down at the very end past this Dollar General. Yes, there was a Dollar General. Is it more expensive than normal? Yes. But here's a Best Western, and there was another hotel. Let's see if we're going to make it there. And here we see them coming up on the right. So down here at the end, there's a Ramada, a Holiday Inn Express, a Courtyard by Marriott, and one other hotel. I think it's a Hilton Garden Inn. And I just wanted to see how new these hotels were. Over here are just more apartments, some private houses. But here's the Holiday Inn Express. So if you're not going to stay at somewhere like Margaritaville, you do have these options. Now, the only problem with the Holiday Inn Express was it doesn't have beach access, but the Spring Hill Suites and the Hilton Garden Inn, they both have beach access. So these are fabulous, common hotels that people are used to staying at that do have beach access. And you can see right here that the beach is right there. Yo, look at all of these gorgeous condos on my right. Could you imagine waking up with those views? Either side, it's beautiful, beautiful views. I guess these are the activities that they'll have during peak season. I haven't seen any of these right now outside of the boats going out. Take a walk. Oh, I guess that's the wrong way. Got how to get to the beach somehow. I guess I can go down this little path here. Let's figure it out. There's another one that takes you over this berm instead of going through it. These are those great lounge chairs they'll charge you, what, $15-20 for. Wonder if they're gonna paint them up once peak season gets here. Got a beach volleyball out here. Again, this is the back of the hotel. My room is actually over there on the side. But I'm guessing these rooms that have larger balconies probably cost a good bit more. My coworker is staying at the Holiday Inn, which is the brown one next to the building that looks like a tiki. Does make me wonder if they actually charge
for the loungers because I could get my laptop. Still got a red flag, so I guess the tide is going out right now because it didn't look like this earlier today. This morning it didn't. The water didn't look as rough. And the sand is actually nice. It's good sand. It's dirty, I guess. But it's good sand. In fact, they were... What the heck was going on? A lot of shells up in this area. Look like confetti eggs. So they must have some type of little party. And, yep, seaweed. This is the beach. If you see down there, some kids still in the water with the red flag. They don't care. Let's go see how cold this water is. I'm pretty sure it's freezing because it's not warm. Like the temperature today was about 80.
Let's get back to the hotel. Now here is the outdoor area. Some of these little food trucks weren't up and running tonight, but you do have a restaurant right here, and then you have these little food trucks.
Now this is the nice little lagoon area here at the Margaritaville South Padre Resort. It's pretty nice out here. I mean, you know, some things are a little worn, but this is probably one of the nicest spots on the island still. This is Port Isabel. This is the Port Isabel Lighthouse right on the other side of the causeway. Lighthouse, oh, there it is. It's right there. There it is. This is Port Isabel. This is their little souvenir type area. Out there you can charter fishing boats, do some deep sea fishing. There's actually a crispy, crunchy chicken right there too. Davy Jones ice cream locker. Home aboard gift shops and souvenirs. Something smells good over here. I don't know what that is. Oh. Pirates Landing restaurant, I'm guessing. So I'm not sure if on the boat you can eat also. That would have been kind of neat to check out, but adventure cruises, bay fishing trips, and dolphin watch cruises is what they offer here at Pirates Landing. And this is just right on the other side of the causeway from the island. So there are a few little hotels here, and I'm gonna say if the cost is significantly cheaper than the island, you can easily stay in Port Isabel. The food's better here. There's more variety. There's Walmarts, there's HEBs, and the food is really good here in Port Isabel. The island food is just kind of okay, and that's a whole different story. Still fresh. The seafood is definitely fresh. Just we don't like salt here for some reason. All right, let's try that again. Doing my best Keith Lee impersonation here. I am downtown Brownsville, Texas, at Las Cazolitas Mexican restaurant, and let me tell you, you need to know Spanish. I'm just gonna put it like that. At least a little bit of Spanish, so you can at least place your order and pay for your bill. Because this is Brownsville. But I just went with something simple. Recommended by the locals. So I got enchiladas. This is enchiladas. This is as Mexican of an enchilada plate as you'll get. I mean, we're only 10 miles from Mexico. So for this part of Mexico, this is what it looks like. These are very different from what you'll get in El Paso. But here in Brownsville, this is what you get. Let's try it. I got to tell you, the flavors are awesome. Definitely authentic. And it's not the normal fattening Tex-Mex that you'll get in the bigger cities. So as you saw, it's not covered with yellow cheese and grease. It's good. It's good Mexican food.
I honestly feel, after showing this, that somebody's going to come and get me. Because look at how beautiful the city of Brownsville, Texas is. I mean, this is gorgeous. It's giving those Orlando vibes, but just nowhere near as crowded. And I'm sorry, Texas, for letting people know that this exists right here in Texas. Come look inside this crazy candy store with me. Look at all of the candy. If this isn't a kid's dream, I don't know what is. I mean, it's like you just landed in the candy factory. Every type of candy you can think of. Let me know down in the comments what would be your choice if you roll into a candy shop like this.
Fillable gummy candy. Huh. Got gummies over here. High chews, a bunch of high chews and mambos. Please do not eat candy before paying. Please. Please do not eat the candy. Boston blue raspberry, Boston fruit slices. You break, you pay. Thank you. Bunch of Hello Kitty stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool. And some more old school candy, golden pears, coconut. Got a bunch of Laffy Taffy.
Well, thank you for joining me for another adventure. This is Dad Life with V signing out. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and give me the thumbs up. Share with your friends. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.